Fellow Kenyans, this is not a time for cat and mouse games. And going forward, what the people who are modeling for us are telling us is that depending on the level of discipline, that the results for this country, the number of people who will die in this country, or the number of people who will not die in this country, will depend purely on the level of discipline that we exhibit going forward. There are models that say that we could lose as many as 28,000 Kenyans dead as a result of this disease, unless we start observing certain measures and ensuring that we do social distancing and every other measure that we have been told. So, fellow Kenyans, Kenya is on red alert. The numbers are rising steadily. In the last 24 hours, we have doubled our testing capacity to test 1,115 samples. Out of these, 16 have tested positive for the coronavirus disease. We are now 262, the number of confirmed cases in our country. By now, you'll have noticed that the higher the samples, the higher the number of cases. This speaks both to the urgency to test Kenyans in the targeted areas I have said, and for every Kenyan to assume that the person next to you is a contact who could be carrying the disease. 15 of these cases who have tested positive are Kenyans and 1 is a foreigner. 12 male and 4 female. None of those has a history of travel, and none of those cases are in our quarantine centers. 9 from Nairobi, 5 from Mombasa, and as I said, 1 from Homa Bay County, each between 23 and 84 years old. And I can also add here that the 84 years old was a person who also believed in treating people via herbal medicines, herbalist. I'm delighted to announce also that we have 7 people discharged today, bringing the number of recoveries to 60. And I want to thank our healthcare workers, those who have been taking care of these people. I want to thank the doctors, the nurses, because it is through your effort that those 60 people can now join their families. But at the same time, I am also sad to say we have lost an additional 2 more patients, bringing the number of those dead to 12. And I want to send our condolences to the families of the 2 victims. In terms of distribution of age now, we know that there are 8 people who are aged between 0 and 14 years. There are 70 people between the ages of 15 and 29. There are 164 people between the ages of 30 and 59, and we have 20 who are above 60. Ladies and gentlemen, to bring this matter home closer to those of us who live in Nairobi, let me emphasize this, that there is no estate now that doesn't have an individual around you who may well be positive. For example, and these are just pure examples, in the Kilimani area, there are 6 cases in the Kilimani area. We have 3. We have picked from the Kawangware area. Karen has 5 people. Pipeline Estate has 5 individuals. Utawala has 4. Mulolongo, we got somebody. As you know, Isili, there was an imam who was preaching and who was going to various houses, has died of COVID. So what we are saying in a nutshell, ladies and gentlemen, is that there is no place that is not affected. If you go to Buruburu, we have got cases in Buruburu, we have got cases in Utawala, we have got cases in Tasia, we have got cases in Parklands, and so we have got a case in Donholm, Hurlingham, Madaraka, and others also who are on the list. Gara, we had 2 cases in Gara, and the 2 cases in Gara presented themselves to a clinic and are positive. So because of this, we are also advising all health workers, whether you work in a private farm, in a private clinic, whether you work in a government clinic, whether you are the receptionist, or whether you are the askari in that health facility, because you do not know whether the next person who walks in there will be a positive case, please protect yourself all the time. Ensure you are wearing a mask. Under no circumstance should you receive a patient without the necessary protection. And protection is now available. PPEs are available, as we have said. So I want to plead to all of us to take measures that we have announced seriously. Let's take what we are saying seriously, because what I do know is that if we do so, we can be a perfect example of a people living in harmony and a people who have defeated what others in the world have been unable to defeat. We can overcome, fellow Kenyans, we can overcome this disease. We can beat it, but only if we appreciate this is not a government disease. This is your disease, and this is my disease. If we appreciate that, then we can and should overcome. Thank you very much.